Everybody to Painting Happy Little Minis here at Game Trade Media. I'm Rick.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Gretchen.
And today we're going to continue talking about the Games Workshop Citadel contrast paints.
Yep.
We played with them on Tuesday, for those who get tuned in on Tuesday and saw. We had a great time with them, and we're going to continue that.
We are indeed.
But this time we have Gretchen.
Yeah, but this time I'm here. Yay!
Which is why I wore this shirt.
The big spill.
I don't always spill paint, but when I do, it's an entire pot of wash. From my buddy, Scott, the brush wizard.
The brush wizard?
Brushwizard.com.
All right.
I'm
Sorry.
attempting to not spill anything this time.
Hey, Kat.
Good work.
I haven't
Hey, Kat.
spilled anything yet.
Nice.
We have a whole show to go, though.
This is true. I was going to say we're only like 2 minutes in, right? Not even. So, Rick kindly put together a Primaris Space Marine for me.
I did it not so kindly. I was really
so kindly.
aggressive when I did it.
Okay.
No, you weren't. I was there.
I can see that the cleaning the mold lines wasn't a priority.
At all.
No. Okay. So, but mainly I wanted to get one of these together so that I can quickly put down a yellow for people who want to paint Imperial Fist Space Marines.
And to everybody over on Twitch,
Or
hello.
Winters. Hello, yes. Hello, folks on Twitch and the YouTubes and the Facebooks and everywhere.
So I don't understand is like everybody's like really excited that Gretchen came back
Yeah.
and is on the show.
Yeah.
I don't know what you've done to them. You've corrupted our viewers. I'm gonna reach over you and grab some
Because
paint.
I paint with all of my heart.
And all of the paint in the pot.
And all of the paint in the pot.
This is all true.
It's called being relatable, Rick. Gosh.
Okay.
Maybe you should try it.
Never. Dave Schrumpf says I may need that shirt, Dave.
Yep. So you can pick it up. Head to actually I think it's on like Teespring or T-Fury.
Okay.
One of those things. But yep, if you go to thebrushwizard.com, hopefully Scott has a link on there somewhere, which would be good.
So I am going to put a test coat of the Griff Charger Gray on one of these guys.
Okay, cool.
See how that looks.
Yep.
I'm using teal because that's a good color.
Teal is a good color.
It's pretty.
Which one is it? Is it
I think
the
it's
Pterodon?
Pterodon teal.
Cool.
And the primer on these, what are these called again? Stormcast Eternals?
Stormcast Eternals.
I use the
Wraithbone.
Wraithbone, yes.
Yep. You can very definitely tell. It's got a lovely warm off-white look to it, which is cool. And right before the show, I popped into Competition Minis.
Oh, great.
It wasn't open. Don't worry.
I mean, great. I mean, we like competition minis, but great. He almost just did the thing.
I almost did do the thing. So yeah, I popped in there and picked up a pot of the Wraithbone and a pot of the Greyseer.
Okay.
So I can use those for going back over spots if I've been splashing things around and I want to clean up an area to put a different contrast paint over.
As one is wont to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Now with this one, I'm kind of slapping it on pretty quickly, but I'm not trying not to put too much on an area. Because I don't want to get loads of pooling. Because the bright yellow pigment, and this one is Nazdrag yellow.
Okay.
Has the brown kind of medium brown dye in there.
Are you taking all the things from me?
Yep.
All of them.
That's
I'll take all of
rude.
them.
All right. Carl says hi. Michael Patrick O'Connors. I have a T-shirt that reads, "I never cheat. Cheating would be wrong. However, I have been known to employ an ad hoc, unilateral, unpublished rule exception on occasion." Carl says, I tried practicing my brush technique last night. My figs still look like I painted them with a household paint roller. Nice. I mean, we know Carl can paint.
Yeah. Yep.
Michael Harris says, that's my technique.
The household roller.
Yeah, and then Mini Painting Studios, Josh says, I've got a tool for that. Nice.
Actually, I have a little technique. As soon as I finish this, as soon as I get the last yellow slapped on, which I think will be in under a minute, that I can show you. I just mentioned it just before the show.
Okay.
The drip dropple technique.
The dropple.
Drip
dropple.
Drip dropple.
Drip
Dropply
dropple.
Drip hyphen dropple. It's not hard, Rick. It's not hard. Learn it. It's going to be your best friend.
Okay.
The drip dropple sounds like something that like a martial artist would tell you they were gonna do, where you were like, "Oh, that's not dangerous. That's a silly move," and then it ends up like killing a man with your pinky.
Right.
That's what that sounds
Tearing
like
them in half with
Yeah.
your pinky.
And that's the drip dropple.
That's the drip dropple.
The drip dropple technique. Can you hand me any of the yellowish oranges over there, please?
Oh, do you want this one?
Yeah, that looks good.
So, well, there's the Iand in yellow, which is the one with the orange in the medium, and the Nasdrag has the brown.
Okay, I'll take both.
Okay.
I have
there
two
we go.
minis over here.
Now let that dry. Decide. Okay, so let's have a go with some wildwood. Okay, so I'm going to give the wildwood a shake. So this is how the drip dropple technique goes.
All right, the drip dropple
Drip dropple.
technique.
Yeah, but to get the full effect
Mhm.
of the video that my friend Malev put together,
Okay.
go to Malev Minis on social medias or on the YouTubes. So MALEV Minis, and you can get to see the video direct from the man himself. doing
Okay.
that. So I've shaken that up. I'm going to open it there. So again, this is so that you don't end up spilling your washes around. Firm grip with the left hand. Push up with the thumb.
I'm taking notes.
Okay. Okay, because I did the shake up in the pot here. So in this section here, Malev calls this the plateau, the paint plateau that sits inside the lid there. So you close it back over a little bit, and you can see that I've moved the pot over to my right hand. And I'm doing this now. So I tip it up a little bit and open it up, and that has put some of the paint into that paint plateau. And then I twist. And see, I'm not as practiced. There we go.
You get a little bit on your,
Et voila.
voila.
Oh.
A little drip dropple on your palette.
Yep, a little bit of drip dropple.
Okay.
So it's a fun video. You should definitely check it out.
All right, so what I'm going
I
to
didn't do it justice.
I'm going to take these minis off the rotator here, and I'm going to show you guys what I've been doing over here while they've been drip dropping.
Right.
So here is what the contrast Nasdrag yellow. Nasdrag yellow looks like. One coat on that shield.
Okay.
Man, that thing is literally the fastest spinner in the world.
It is.
So there's that one. And you can see how the gravity is basically pulling that down to the tip of the shield.
Yep.
And that seems to be kind of one of the things with the contrast paints that it does. Is if you can actually allow gravity to kind of push in
Yep.
the paint where you want it to go.
I'm going to snake it off there for a second.
Okay.
And I'm going to, if we can just switch to the close cam for a sec, Caleb. Ooh. Maybe.
Caleb?
Caleb.
There we go.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So with these bits that are pooling, as long as you don't let them pool too much, you can come along with a dry brush and work away some of that paint some of that excess. So if you find it pooling in areas that you don't want, so like in between the rivets, you don't really want it pooling there, but around the rivets is where you want it to pool.
Okay.
You can just pull.
Let the capillary effect of your brush pull the excess out of the off the miniature.
And that kind of wicking action.
Mm-hmm.
Not the John wicking action.
Right.
Nothing's dying, but...
Right, not yet. Not till we put these on the table and let them do their thing. I'm going to take that one back.
Cool.
So on the rotator now...
Thanks, Caleb.
I've got... what yellow is that?
That one's Iandan yellow.
Iandan yellow, and that's what it looks like on the shield. One coat.
Ooh.
Yep.
Looks pretty good. And now I've got the Athermatic blue. I hope I said that right. So you can see what that looks like. So that's kind of really light.
It is, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a very, very pale color.
Mm-hmm. And again, you can see that pooling on the tip of the shield.
Yep. You're gonna want to wick that away.
Yeah.
Wick it away.
So there's that one. I'm gonna wick it off there right now. Boom, boom. And then here is the Agaros Dunes.
Agaros Dunes.
I actually love this color.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
It's kind of in between the. It's a desaturated yellow, isn't it? So it's not quite the skeleton horde
Right.
level.
Yeah, it looks. I think it's a great looking
Nice.
color. And then finally, I did the Griff Charger Gray.
Yep.
And we'll put this on there.
Ooh.
So you can see that one as it comes around oh so slowly.
Well, you picked the right spot, didn't you?
I did.
There we go.
Yeah, of course.
Just like that.
There we go. So we see it. Yeah.
Ta-da!
Ta-da. Also very light.
Yep. The amazing thing there is that even though you've got that bone color underneath, the warm,
Yeah.
color, putting that over there, it hasn't. It's basically made that gray immediately.
Right.
They're kind of like semi-opaque,
Yeah.
which I very
there you
much
go.
enjoy because it makes them a little bit thinner and easier to work with than the other paints.
Yep.
But it still has super strong color.
Yeah. Yep.
I feel like I could do a lot of fun blending things.
Yeah.
Here's this little guy.
Definitely. Okay,
What color are you using?
That is, let me see, can I pop it out? Oh, yeah, there we go. Pterodon turquoise, which is just a very good color.
It is. It's a fun color.
What do you got on over here on
So,
YouTube?
David Moffat's watching on YouTube rather than Twitch today. Kat says, Dave, please explain, other than painting one layer rather than two layers, what's the advantage of the contrast paints? Honestly, Kat, at the moment, for most folks, that's going to be the advantage. That's the primary advantage, is that it's one less step. So if you're painting a single miniature, or you're somebody who paints a lot of display miniatures, it may not be sort of something that you need to go out and grab all of the paints. I think the best use of it is definitely going to be in painting an army. So like without the contrast paints, painting this guy to get it to that level would normally have taken like maybe 40 minutes, 50 minutes of work, rather than 5-10 minutes.
Right.
I mean, and I feel like just even having that little bit of extra, like almost wash-like quality makes it not only like faster like that, but I feel like it's going to be easier to blend or to do more like interesting things. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten
Yep.
there yet because this is
Yep.
my first time painting them, but I feel like I'm going to be able to do fun stuff.
I think it'd be excellent to see you like experiment, do a whole bunch of more watercolor style.
I would
things.
love to try to do watercolor. I mean, at this scale, it might be a little difficult, but I'd love to see exactly like
Yeah.
what could be accomplished because it does have a very watercolory look to it.
Yep.
I'd love to see what happened if like using it on a dragon or something, or even like I don't know, just larger scaled things.
Right. Yep.
Well, I did tell you before the show that last night I was painting a dragon
Yes.
using
Fun
the
fact.
the blood angel red.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, it looks so good.
Excellent.
It's just primed, and then just that right now.
Right.
And I think it's only going to require highlights after that.
Right.
It looks so good.
And honestly, I like the texture of it. I like the way it's so thin.
Yeah. Yeah. On YouTube, David Moffat says, aside from the gloss, I haven't seen too much difference in painting with Minotaur Ghost tints versus contrast. And I think there's... I'm not exactly sure. I haven't used a lot of the Minotaur Ghost tints at all myself. But I think there are a lot of similarities between the ideas. Yeah, I'd have to experiment a bit more with that to be able to actually speak a little bit better on that. But and contrast has a greater color range, though. Yeah, I think 34 colors.
Okay.
I think the Minotaur Ghost Tints range is pretty extensive as well. I think it's like 18 or 20 colors. But yeah, all 34 paints gives you a really wide range of things you can mess around with. But Kat asks, do they give you a color chart? Hard to tell from the pot what the two shades will be. It is a bit difficult. And the other thing that's a little bit tough, Kat, is that putting it over a gray primer, a light gray primer, is going to give you a different end result, slightly different end result to putting it over the Wraithbone primer, or putting it over a white primer. You're going to get a different result each time. So I think on the GW website, you might be able to see a little swatch that'll have a fade.
Mm-hmm.
So the Iandan yellow would go from yellow to fading to orange. And that's with that yellow to brown fade. So I think that's probably your best bet to get a rough idea of what those would be,
nice. What
the results would be. But yeah, I think there's just going to be a lot of experimenting over the next couple of months for that. But yeah, pretty excited about. Oh, there I am.
Yeah.
About that guy. And I
Yeah,
think
he looks great.
Painting a whole army of those guys is going to be very easy now, where it used to be really tough.
I'm just grabbing annual color now.
I've got an army of Lamenters, is the name of the Space Marine chapter.
Okay.
And they're all yellow.
Lamentors?
Lamenters, yes, as in they lament.
We got some other, lots of comments on Facebook.
Oh.
Yellow first, paint red, let dry upside down. So that's for flame effect.
Okay.
So you twist it like we did last summer. That you're talking about the drip and drop?
Oh, the drip dropple?
The drip dropple.
Indeed.
Hey, Dave and crew, having fun? Yes, Timothy, we are absolutely having fun. Thanks
Indeed.
for joining
Hey,
us.
Tim.
Mike says, I'm using a glass
Space
eyedropper
Wolves.
to get it out of the bottle. A glass eyedropper.
Okay.
That's kind of cool.
Yep.
That sounds fancy.
Why, Michael says, why be weak on it? Just dump the whole bottle out in one go. Yeah, right? We call that the Gretchen.
That is the Gretchen technique. I think if you had a whole army ready to go, you could do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Just dump it all. Get a bowl,
Oh, yeah.
pour it all into a bowl, run them through it.
Josh at Mini Paint Series says, painting up some TSR minis from 1982 after the show is over today. Make sure to tune in. Oh, some old school.
Old school.
Those will be cool.
1982.
Would it help
Goodness.
to paint it upside down? I think, again.
Oh, you mean for the?
Fire effect?
Oh, okay. For the
or
fire
ju-
effect or for the like the settling?
For the settling. I think, depending on how you want it to settle, like, I'm thinking, like, if you wanted to have a heavier tone, like, on the hammerhead here, I would want it to paint so it pulls more heavy to the head,
Yep.
and lighter at the back end. I mean, again, it's all practice and technique, so we're gonna
Yeah.
need to.
And I'm just going to reach over you there for a second, Gretchen. Thank
Well,
you.
look how polite you are about it.
I thought it'd be all right. I didn't want to knock anything over. So, but have you got one of the shields? One of the yellow shields?
Yes. Which one would you like? The
There's one
Nasdrag?
that you haven't wicked away. Where the paint is settled in the bottom.
Oh, they've all been wicked.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So on these ones here, on the cloak, we use the Nasdrag, and we wanted that to pull at the bottom, to pull into those crevices, recesses. With a shield like that, you don't really want it all to sort of pull around the bottom of the shield. So it depends on what you're painting as to where you're going to want it to pull, and what the texture's like on the model. that kind of thing.
Right.
I think if you're talking about the hammer here,
Yeah.
the pooling on the hammer, you could maybe just rest your model like that, sort of in between
Yeah.
stages. Could be fun. But okay, so we've got those there. I was wondering, has anybody asked about any of the particular colors?
Would it help to paint a monster down? Or did that? Dave says, "Oh, I like that one. 1-inch heroes. They should have made the bottle tops wide enough to just dip the models in it."
That would be super cool.
I'm not gonna lie.
That'd be funny.
Not a bad idea.
I would feel like it was like the river Styx.
Yeah.
Like,
My miniature is invincible.
don't hit him on his ankle.
That'd be funny.
Timothy says they are lighter than I thought. Some of them are lighter than you might first
Yeah.
guess.
I feel like the color's kind of buildable, though.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. The lighter ones you can mess around with a little bit more. I think one of the things I might do is actually ask Caleb to bring up some photos.
Is there that time?
Send in some photos from a buddy of mine, Tyler Mengel, who was like one of the folks lucky enough to go to GW in February and try these out.
Okay.
Way back in February.
Back in the day.
He posted these
Back in the
minis
day,
on
February.
yeah, back in the day. He posted these minis on Instagram.
Okay.
So if you want to go and check him out on Instagram, it's Mengel_miniatures.
Wait, really?
Sorry, excuse me.
Really? Really?
I need this.
Watch out, this one's open.
Yeah.
That would have totally been you, Rick. So this one's a Sylvaneth model, but this is all painted with the contrast paints. And I thought I'd show. So if we can have a look at the next one, Caleb. So there it is from behind. I think he said there was about like 5 of the contrast paints involved in this.
Okay.
But what he did, rather than just using the contrast paints, he mixed in the contrast medium to give us some thinner layers, and so he could build up in layers. And if you show us the next one, so you can see that super cool close up there.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous, doesn't it? So this is like a tree spirit inside the tree, coming out of the tree, essentially.
Okay.
Like a blend of tree and forest spirit, which are pretty crazy.
The colors
then-
are just popping.
Yeah. Yep. And then the last one, there's the base as well. So it was on a textured base,
Okay.
and he painted that as well with the contrast paints. But I thought, oh, fantastic, I'll get to sort of show off some of his stuff on the show first. But this morning,
Yeah.
the Warhammer community team
Okay.
put up a cool tutorial by Tyler about it.
They got us.
Well, kind of scooped us, yeah. But it's a great piece of content, so definitely head to warhammercommunity.com
Yeah.
to check out Tyler's step-by-step. I think it's pretty much every single step that he's got, there's a mix with some of the medium
Okay.
to do the slow build-up of the colors.
Nice.
It looks fantastic.
Could I get a red?
No.
A red?
But not the one I used before.
Not the Flesh Terrors, you want the Blood Angels.
Yeah, Blood Angels.
There
Yeah,
you go.
thanks.
Cool.
Which is the color I was, like I said, I was using on the red dragon I was painting last night, and it looks so good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I brought in a mini as well that I've been working on that I thought I'd show. Talking about the base from the other one. So
Because Dave, as you all know, is all about that.
I was waiting for
Yep.
it. You didn't
No trouble.
disappoint me.
No trouble.
no trouble. Oh my god. So I've been working on this kind of creepy construct conversion for some Inquisitor 28 style gaming. But the base, this is a textured base. It's a resin base from Dragonforge design,
Okay.
which kind of has these skulls already cast on it, and the concrete, or basically big flagstone pieces. And in this particular one has like a big plaque embedded in the ground. But for this, I primed the base white,
Okay.
hit it with the Basilicanum Grey to get the the light grey on the base there. Once that had dried, I came back and dry brushed that with the pale grey, light grey colour. And then got some of the Militarum green. So
Okay. Which is the one I used a lot on Tuesday.
yeah. So it's kind of this kind of color. It's very desaturated, kind of olive grey, olive green, and thinned that down with some of the medium, and painted it over the base. I didn't go over the entire sort of section.
Okay.
I just thing it with the medium, and I could use it as a bit of a glaze to give it that greenish tint. And then in some of the areas, some of the crevices and that sort of thing, I just went with a straight Militarum
Nice.
green. And then, because I wanted to have a little bit more kind of creepy moss kind of look to it, I glued on some green flock
Okay.
just in the edges, just some really tiny sort of powdery. I'm trying to get that up close. You can see it just around here. And then, because the green that I had was too bright, I got some of the camo, Creed camo green,
Okay.
which is a dark desaturated green, and just painted it directly over the top of the flock. Let it soak in.
That's cool.
It looks great.
So it was a fun sort of messing around with different contrast paints to try them for different things to see
Right.
whether it's going to be better than my regular techniques
Right.
or not.
Okay.
But yeah,
And you're happy with it?
yeah, definitely. I then went ahead and did the rest of the warband. There was like
Nice.
12 models. So
Can you hand me one of those
worked
other
well.
miniatures you got there that has
yeah.
no paint on it yet?
sure.
That one has paint on it, doesn't it?
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
My bad.
And then two different pots. Ooh.
Just random.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you some of the
So I was.
Volupus Pink
Okay.
and the. Not that one. I'm going to give you some Warp Light. No. Where's the Warp Lightning?
I already used Warp Lightning.
Oh, okay.
I
Orc
got
Flesh
it.
then.
Okay.
Oh no, what's this one? Yeah, Orc Flesh.
Orc Flesh.
Orc
Cool.
Flesh. Cool.
Everyone could use some orc flesh.
I agree. Very Terminator
Sorry, I
feel.
just went to
I
a
like
man
it.
flesh quote from Lord of the Rings.
Hey, Emily. She says she's looking forward to watching today.
Excellent.
Yay!
Cool.
Good.
What,
Join us.
what are they saying over on the YouTubes?
Oh, on the YouTubes, Kat says, is anyone else having a problem with the shots out of focus? Is it shots of us, or is it shots under the closed cam?
It's the shots of the webcam. I just adjusted it.
Oh, okay. Caleb's just adjusted that, so fingers crossed that won't be a problem. David Moffat says, it looks all right to me, but I'm on my phone. So he's looking at the tiny screen. But yeah,
All right.
term green. You haven't messed around with any greens on these, so. Shall I use the
Oh,
drip
that's
drop
cool.
technique again?
The drip dropple?
I
Yep.
think you should at least give it another college try there.
Drip dropple
College
it.
try like it didn't work the first time. Drip dropple.
And go.
I'm just not getting enough paint in my paint plateau. There we go. And look. Ha-ha.
Hey, Rad's with us. What's up, Rad?
Hey, Rad.
So I've been playing around with just blending from
Yeah.
one color to the other.
Yeah.
Mike-
Pushing it around. Pushing
Mike,
it.
Pushing it
Michael Patrick
around.
O'Connor says on the YouTube they say you are demonetized. Are we? Are we demonetized? Are we demonized? I don't know.
Oh dear. Oh well.
Is there a light source or a color scheme with this shading? Absolutely not. But does it look cool? Okay.
It's about having fun.
Ooh, I like this orc flesh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It probably look really good on an orc.
I suspect it would. But I'm not particularly adventurous like that. I like to do what it says on the tin.
Hmm.
That looks pretty cool. The green on the quilted armor.
Wow.
There. So again, nice and quick. You could do this. I think with this one, the highlights are still a bit lighter than I was expecting
Okay.
for the Creed camo. So you can certainly get this effect with a desaturated green wash, but yeah. Okay.
I think I really like these for shading. Can do almost like a cell shading effect with it,
Okay.
which is cool.
There we go.
Not that I'm particularly doing a good job at that, but
You give it a go.
you can definitely think about it
Yep.
for those who are better.
Oh,
And I'll pop this up so people can see my shading play.
cool.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Okay.
And
That looks good.
hand me the one with the crossbow, if you don't mind. Crossbow up, right there by your water.
Yeah.
Yep, that one.
Right. Yep.
And
Cool.
then any two other colors, please.
Any two.
Yeah.
Any two?
Yep.
Ooh. Okay. How about? I'm gonna ask for this one back though.
Okay.
So,
Is that purple?
Mage's purple
Okay.
and skeleton horde.
All right. Skeleton horde.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
I think that's good. I was gonna grab the. Do you have the Gulaman flesh over there? Or do I have it?
Glimmin flesh right here.
Gulaman flesh. Cool. Excellent. Thank you.
So once I finish this model's little like highlights and stuff, or putting down these colors on this model, I'll show you what I've been doing so you guys can get a look at a bunch of the other colors.
Excellent.
So I popped my guy up there, and that is the Pterodon turquoise and let me just Space Wolves gray.
Space Wolves.
Nice.
Cool.
And I've kind of just been playing around blending on his armor from one color to the next, and then on his leg, kind of playing around with different shading. Because it's thin enough, I feel like, to get a really cool cell-shading effect. If you know what you're doing, have a light source,
Oh, right.
took
So-
note.
So you can choose where the light source is coming from first, and then decide.
If you have a plan before you start and you stick to that plan, maybe
Right.
you too can paint a mini that looks actual.
Right.
You know, sometimes you don't fight where there's a light source.
Yeah, just go with it.
Sometimes you just go with it.
You have to. Cool.
Are we ready to look at some minis yet?
Oh, in just a second. We can just go to the close cam for a sec. I just wanted to show people. I know a lot of folks don't like painting. Also, the close cam rather than the spinner.
The webcam.
There we go. A lot of folks don't like painting faces.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, man. Thanks for calling me out.
I said a lot of folks, not just you. Not
Oh, that's
just
true.
you. A lot of folks. So I'm just going to grab some of the Gulaman flesh here. So this is going to give us a pretty sort of reasonable tanned kind of
Okay.
skin. So I've got the face of the. Let's see if I can get. Yep. Up there. I'm just going to paint this over. I tried this on a couple of minis at home, and it was just like, this looks fantastic. And if you've got a mini that's got a lot of really well sculpted facial detail, and you want to give it a sort of Caucasian skin tone, any of the like the Gulaman flesh or the Dark Oath flesh will work really well.
Okay.
And I'm going to let that dry, and then we can come back and have a look at it. But as Caleb suggested,
Let's take a
Now-
look at some.
now would be a good time to have a look at some photos from the Painting Happy Little Minis Facebook group.
All right.
Who we got first? We got Joshua using some contrast paints. What's that model, Rick?
I don't know.
Something
but
cool.
I do like it.
It is. It's
My
insane.
paladin would really like to fight it. Actually, Shandor Silverblade to the ready.
To the ready?
Yeah.
Not necessarily rescue.
Oh, never to the rescue.
Okay.
Shandor's not that paladin.
Not that kind of paladin. Ready? That looks great.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, very nice. Junebug Minis was testing some contrast paints. Lots of different colors going on there. They looked very cool. There was a sort of kind of a quick discussion earlier. I think it might have been a follow-on from somebody. Somebody posted a meme GIF about contrast posts incoming.
Oh yeah, with the arrows flying.
The
in.
arrows flying in.
Yeah.
And I think June's reactions to contrast paints is pretty similar to mine, in that they're going to be super helpful for a lot of people.
Right.
For some people, I think picking out like a selection, starting off with a selection of paints, 3, 4, 5 paints, grab those, test those, and see what you can do with them.
Very good. Good job, Junebug.
Yep, looking great.
Enrique
Lasada showed how he used the Blood Angels contrast paint over gold.
Okay.
So he used a Vallejo bright bronze to start with, dry brushed it with the Liberator gold from Games Workshop,
Okay.
and then painted the bits that he wanted to be red
With the Blood Angel
with the Blood
red.
Angels red contrast paint, and it just looks
Yeah,
fantastic.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, really done a nice job there.
Andrew's got some works in progress there. I can't tell what
Yep,
those
sorry.
are.
Andrew's working on some of the characters from Blackstone Fortress.
Oh, okay.
The Warhammer Quest Blackstone Fortress. Cool. My favorite one is there's a robot, one of the Men of Iron.
Okay.
The background on the right hand side there, sort of sort of white armored clanking robot with a assault cannon and
Oh, nice.
big red power fist kind of thing.
Oh.
It looks great. Nice job, Andrew. Good. Robert's been painting up some terrain, printing and painting terrain
Oh, nice.
for some of his Fallout games. But yeah,
Ooh.
the colors there are looking great. That bright teal and the
Yeah,
and
the teal looks
orange
amazing.
always work really well.
Hey, as a matter of fact.
Good choice. Looking good there.
It's almost like contrasting colors on the color wheel.
Yep. Oh, Nate Webster is painting some of the Halfling Blood Bowl team.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. These guys are awesome. Yeah, so well sort of conceived and sculpted. They look great.
I'm curious if he is using any of the contrast, like that green on the one with his hand up in the air.
Yep.
Definitely
It's possible.
looks like the Warp Lightning.
Yeah, it's bright enough for it.
Yeah.
If he's using GW paints, there's also a GW Warpstone Glow
Okay.
paint, which can give us some sort of base color.
Nice.
But yeah, they look fantastic. There's I think the guy in the middle there was holding a hoagie.
A hoagie? Yeah. Nice. William West with Ice Troll.
An ice troll.
That looks sick.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
Orion Frost would fight this.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Orion would come at that, with a vengeance.
But Shandor Silverblade would run from this one.
No, Shandor wouldn't run. Shandor never runs. He's not necessarily the guy.
He's not the guy, not the
Yeah,
best guy.
he's not the guy.
Yeah.
Orion's the guy.
I like this one, William. You got
I
it.
do too. I like that
some great-
base. I like the base on
base,
that.
yeah, the base is looking cool. I think just everything's popping so well. Looking good. Very nice. Jessa Rose Morgan is painting a
Oh, so this was from
from Origins.
from Origins.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Jessa
Excellent.
works for
Amazing.
WizKids, and she painted this octopus on the show.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Very cool.
looks amazing.
Is it this one?
No, it's not.
No, I was going to say she wasn't painting it blue.
No, she used pink on the bottom, but
Yeah.
she's the one that painted.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks amazing.
Yep. That does look very cool.
Ooh, the Black Dragon.
Black Dragon. Okay.
I love it.
Yep. So we've got the work in progress there on the right,
hmm
and
The finished product on the left.
yeah,
Ooh, that's a nice looking mini.
it is. It is.
Yeah.
I love the head. The head has like a Balrog feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I love the highlighting on the wings there, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Look really nice. Very cool. Good job.
Junebug again.
Another practice mini with contrast paints. I wonder if that's the
You have it sitting right there.
Hmm?
It's right in front of you.
what?
That same miniature. It's right in front of you.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. This
Oh,
one.
there he is.
This one. This one? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
It's just painted differently. But so I messed around the other day with the, I painted one of them with some ultramarine blue.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also a, have you got a Talisar blue?
I've got the Talisar blue.
Right.
Ooh,
Yep.
that's a very bright blue.
Yeah, the Talisar is super bright. Actually, let's put them up in here. We'll come back to talking about this after we look at the minis.
So I'll also let you see it on the miniature there.
So, but we'll come back to that. So yeah, I'm kind of curious as to which one that is. So if you can let us know, June, that'd be great. Very cool. Next one.
Brittany.
Oh yeah, Brittany's Displacer Beast.
Oh, the other one that looks like a mountain lion.
Mountain lion.
Yeah.
That looks fantastic. The coloration is just really nice.
I always find it super fun when I see mythical beasts that have realistic, like, color schemes.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Thank
did a
you.
great
They're
job.
great.
With the little beans on the tentacles.
Yep.
It's
Looks
nice.
fantastic, Brittany. Cool. Oh, Chris has been painting up some more of his the Gotham City Chronicles. Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Chill out.
Chill out. What else does he say? I'll be back.
I've
different Schwarzenegger.
I'll put them on ice.
Okay.
All different kinds of things.
My God. And the Joker looks great too.
And the Joker's
And the
cool.
Joker. Joker's cool.
The Joker's always.
I just want to see a little bang flag out.
Oh,
of
yeah,
that,
at
of
the
that
end of the
gun.
gun.
Yeah. Can you hear that, Chris? Can you add a little flag saying bang?
I'm sure he could.
Yeah. No doubt. Excellent.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I was gonna, okay.
Hold up. There we go.
What?
Oh yeah, Drew's been painting up a bunch of terrain crate stuff.
Looks good.
Yeah. So lots of broken doors and
Crates and
crates
crates.
and barrels and other home goods stores.
All sorts of stuff. You know, I don't think we saw anything from Mini Painting Studios on here today so far.
Do we? Ah,
How many more we got there, Caleb?
3 more.
Okay.
okay.
Maybe
What's next?
Dave
Dave
Moffat.
Moffat. Oh, sitting on mini skeletons.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah, the guys on the left are they're quite old. I think they're 80s, like late 80s.
Some older minis.
Yep, the ones on the right are from the 90s, I think mid to
Okay.
late 90s. But yeah, looking good. I think that having the saturated green on the base really helps the
Yeah.
desaturated minis pop out. Oh, Ryan Cook. Was this I think this is the...
Cyclops.
Oh, is this Cyclops? Was this one that you 3D printed or?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember.
Regardless, it looks amazing.
It does look cool.
Yeah.
I think whenever you put some sort of large model like a giant or a Cyclops, that kind of thing, in striped pants,
Oh, yeah, you're doing it
it
right.
just really nails it. Yeah.
Yeah. I also like.
That's like classic 80s
Oh yeah.
fantasy.
I also like the
Striped
base
pants are
on that,
important.
Yeah.
where it has that like green field, and he used his. I don't know what he did if he has a diorama set up to put the miniature on for his photos. But
All right. Yep.
his photos are really good.
Yeah. Does look cool. That's a miniature. Nice one, Ryan.
Oh yay, summer.
Yep. Robin Malik. Actually, this morning I was doing a little bit of work on some Night's Watch using some contrast paints. But
Nice.
yeah, someone looking good there. Very cool. And I asked actually Robert about his bases for each of the major houses. So like Stark, Lannister.
Right.
Each one is getting a different color around the
Oh,
rim.
on the racetrack,
Yep.
Okay.
The victory lap.
the victory lap. That's
Victory
cool.
lap is a different color. So
We got Caleb's making a couple camera adjustments right
adjustment. Yeah.
there. We do have some references on some blues here.
So some blues. Yep. So that was just a follow up from June's mini there, where her blue was looking quite saturated, but not as bright as the Talisar blue. So this is the Ultramarines blue coming around, which is kind of it's a desaturated blue. It's more desaturated than I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got more of that grey sort of feel. It's popping a little bit more on the screen, but then the Talisar the Talisar blue.
Yeah, this is just
And this guy
bright,
comes around.
like
It's just
pow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic
really
for
fun with blending.
Yeah.
For Space
Oh,
Marines.
For Space Marines? I was going to say for like elves or wizards, or it's got that,
Oh, yeah.
that definitely that classic
That
feel.
magical feel. That
Yeah.
yeah.
Magic.
Got a yellow.
Yep.
Like a
Rick's got
yellow.
all of the yellows.
Yeah, I have all of them.
Awesome.
He's been hoarding them.
Here you
I
go.
want to try something.
Okay. So I'm gonna just do some more throw ups on here.
Blah.
Blech.
Blah.
So you saw that one that up there that had the Talisar blue. Was it Talisar blue?
Yep.
And the what yellow was that?
This is
Eandon.
Eden.
The Eandon yellow was on the shield. So I also put up the Magos purple and the Skeleton Horde on this miniature. So Magos purple for on the so you can see what it kind of looks like on the bottom of the miniature. Whoops, let me spin that out. Sorry. And Skeletal Horde, I put on the crossbow when it comes around, so it looks like almost like a bone structured crossbow, which looks really cool. Here it comes.
I think Magus Purple is going to be the contrast paint of choice for anybody painting Gene Stealers, Gene Stealer cult
Okay.
kind of guys.
There
So
we go.
big bulbous, sort of bald heads with that slight purplish tinge.
Yeah.
So
So, like I said, you got the Skeletal Horde on the crossbow and the purple on the just on the bottom half of that miniature, just to give you an idea of how it looks on a miniature. That bone just is amazing color.
Yeah.
And someone asked in the chat, what are some of the must-have colors to get? And one of the responses was, well, Skeletal Horde if you have a Skeletal Horde to paint.
yeah, if you have a Skeletal Horde to paint, Skeletal Horde. If you have orcs, orc flesh.
Yeah.
You have Dark Angels green. I don't know. I know that there are colors already. Like there are browns that I haven't used,
Right.
And there are browns that I've come back to like 6 or 7 times.
Okay.
Same sort of thing with the greens. So it depends on what your regular palette is and what colors you've chosen, if you like those colors.
Yeah.
So yeah, with 34 to choose from, picking them up like 3 or 4 at a time
Right.
to try things out.
I want to say this is orc flesh on the bottom,
Yep.
and then as it comes around, it's the pink,
The Volupus.
Volupus pink on the hair.
Volupus. Yeah, that hair looks fantastic.
Yeah, one coat and it looks like that.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Spectacular.
Yeah. So then, like I was saying a little bit ago, I really enjoyed the warp lightning. I think it has a really cool effect. There's a miniature with warp lightning on the.
Yeah.
That just looks so good.
That would be fantastic for
Which is this green.
salamanders, I think.
Okay.
For
Ooh.
salamander space marines. Sorry, different salamander.
Oh,
But yeah, I mean, salamander.
why can't we just
the
paint
lizards as well.
salamanders?
We
Come
could just paint
on.
salamanders. Let's just do that.
So there's the warp lightning, and that also had the Agros Dune. I want to say on the shield.
Yep.
This was the one that had the Athermatic blue, and then I add the Plague Bear flesh to the armor. Plague Bear flesh on the armor there.
That plague bearer flesh is
There
just
is-
a really odd one. So there's a lot of the colors don't end up looking. The result on the miniature isn't particularly close to the look of in the pot,
Okay.
and I think the plague bearer is probably the one
This
that's
one that does it the
most different. Yeah.
Okay.
But so I really like this result, and I'd
Okay.
also like it if it was like this. I like both of the
Okay.
greens, but I guess you'd probably get that the in the pot look there from the Militarum green.
What was the
With
flesh that I
yellow.
gave you earlier?
Gulliman flesh.
So here's Gulliman flesh on the armor spaces of this
Right.
Stormcast. I think that looks really good on the miniature. Obviously not for that particular armor, but here it comes around as a facial,
Yep.
and it looks amazing. Mini Penny Sue says Dave ignores my emails. Dad ignores my posts. Really cool, guys.
Josh, I did say please send me that email again.
And just so
I said that the other day, and you didn't send it again.
and
Please send me that email again.
Leona, I'm throwing Leona on the bus. She's the one that actually harvests the photos for the show.
Yep.
Let's see. I haven't tried
But
anything.
she's got a lot of other
sparkly
things.
lately.
Now
Is
that
there like a
right there,
bronze?
blue,
Bronze?
is sick.
Not, we don't have any.
Did we already
metallics
talk
in
about Talisar blue?
these.
Did we?
We did. Yeah.
Okay, let me get that up there. ridiculous.
That was the one where we did the compare.
All right, so then we have Blood Angel Red. I'm sorry. Blood Angel Red.
But if you wanted to go with something that can give
Kind
that
of a
result,
brownie, kind of a rusty.
try this one. Go with that one. The gold,
And I think
gold
that's a great color too on a model once it's applied.
Oh yeah, definitely. It looks fantastic. Again, one coat.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Madness.
Madness.
Meanwhile, I'm on
It's
my
like a-
10th coat.
It's like I'm living in the future.
What happens if I put this color on here? Eh? Actually, it kind of looks like a patino, so I've been just rolling with it.
So we only got a few minutes left on the show, and I actually wanted to talk real quick. Some friends of ours that watch the show and everything, they sent in some terrain for us to take a look at. So I kind of wanted to show that off real quick. So this is the Lost Dwarven 3D terrain. I just want to make sure I get all the information here correct.
While Rick's reading,
Hold on, I don't read.
I'm sorry. While Rick's looking at the pictograms,
Yes.
I've just taken some of the shayish purple, which is a really, really deep purple, and mixed in with some of the medium, the contrast medium. Probably a 50-50 mix. Maybe erring a little bit more on the side of the medium. So that can come in on this red and just paint it in as a shade there. So not running it over the whole piece, but just adding a little extra depth.
Nice. All right, I'm going to put a piece of the terrain up on the spinner here. So this is part of the Dwarf Mine 3D terrain that they're making. It's a little, oh, that's a little too close up, sorry. I'll just hold it up here. So there it is right there.
Yep.
So this is like a well. It has a little wheel that you can put the rope and a bucket on to help bring up some stuff. It's pretty cool. They also have some pieces that look like track, like you'd see in a mine. So it has the tracking there. And then some other pieces right there. So the terrain is really nice.
Yeah.
One of the interesting things about it is it uses rare earth magnets so that you can, instead of having to use clips or whatever to put the terrain together, you can use the rare earth magnets to bring them together.
So
And
it reduces the amount of jostling when it's on your table and
absolutely.
your players are reaching over and all that sort of stuff.
So, and then there's also a flat piece for just regular old flat terrain right there. And you can see how it just kind of locks in. Beep. There you go. So that's pretty cool.
Neat.
And I'll put
Very
it back
cool.
on here as well. Whoop.
Oh,
And they have a Kickstarter going right now if you want to go check it out. It's over on Kickstarter where Kickstarters exist.
is that why they exist?
I've heard.
I'm confused.
But you can go check it out. Dwarf Mine. It's Dwarf Space Mine 2D terrain.
3D
Or
terrain.
3D terrain.
4D terrain.
4D terrain. 5D
This
terrain.
is not an auction.
But I will post a link up in the chat for this particular episode so that if you want to go check it out, you can. Or share it amongst all your friends that might be looking to get into some terrain. You can go check it out. Yeah. So it's pretty
Cool
neat,
thing.
pretty neat stuff. I like the earth magnet.
Approach.
Because sometimes when you're putting terrain together, the clips, some of them use like clips to put them together, those clips break.
Right.
So, and that's always a huge bummer.
Yeah.
So,
Indeed. Okay.
yeah. So we got a lot, we had a lot of conversations going on that we kind of missed out on.
It's
yes.
okay. We were excited.
Oh, shocking. Leona drops the ball. About the fuzz. Michael Harris says, I'm loving these colors. I doubt I have the skill to use them yet, though. Michael Harris, the thing is, you have the skill to use them now because these are literally meant for to ease entry into painting.
Gonna say,
Yeah.
I've just been blobbing colors onto this with just no rhyme or
No rhyme or reason?
yeah, just
There.
Just having fun?
whimsy. That's what, and it looks really cool. It looks like I intentionally patinaed it to look like metal or something. So
Yep, cool.
if I can do that by just going, what does this do? I'm sure you can get some similar results on the same concept.
Yep.
Okay, so Cass is actually from the company with the terrain is in the chat.
Oh, cool.
And they posted up the link already.
Excellent.
Awesome, Cass. Thank you. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to paint this. So I'm actually gonna prime these terrain.
Okay.
And put some paint on it, and I'll post some of that stuff up so you guys can check it out. But the Kickstarter is live now, so you can go participate. Lost Dwarven 3D Magnetic Dungeon Tiles.
Okay.
But the title on Kickstarter, I believe, might be a little different.
Slightly different. But if there's dwarf, or dwarven, or dungeon, or 3D,
And tile and magnetic, you'll find it
and it will probably be in the games section.
probably.
If you narrow down your search. Or click
the link that Cass put in there.
Link in the chat.
Yeah.
That'd be the way. Excellent.
All right. So
Okay, cool.
we've only got like 3 minutes left.
3 minutes left?
Yeah.
Is that enough time to paint a red bolter casing on this guy?
I don't think so, but
Oh.
maybe. Do you want the
Totally
Blood
cool.
Angel?
Yeah, actually, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I was going to say, seeing as how you have all of the red.
I don't have.
Actually, no, I'm going to go with the Flesh Terror red.
Oh, the red I don't have.
Yeah.
Very cool. On Tuesday, if y'all missed it, one of the things that was interesting too is I tried to use that Militarian green
Yep.
on an extremely large flat surface,
Yep.
and
You probably shouldn't have.
Probably shouldn't have, but I will say this: I do like the swampy effect.
Yep.
I like how it texturizes. Yeah. I like
It wasn't. It
the
wasn't a total loss on my part,
No.
but it was definitely a learning experience with that paint. So
And on the drones in the middle. Actually, yeah, we didn't show how that fully dried. That finally dried. So I'm going to
Finish your
skip away
bowl.
from that. No. We'll finish that for another day. But so yeah, this is how the Militarum green just straight ended up drying over that flat surface because we left it flat like there. And this one is the 50-50 mix with the
contrast,
with the medium,
Medium.
contrast medium. So what I'm thinking of doing, just really quickly, bear with me, is just to sort of punch up a like a camouflage kind of feel.
okay.
Is use the Militarum green sort of straight this time.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
So you can mess around with that. And then if you wanted to, once all that was dry, you could come back in either with a darker green, like a darker solid green, or black, or gray, or even a white. And you do something that would, there might be a triangle or a square to break up that organic shape as well.
Nice.
Just get that camo kind of feel.
Yeah, I can dig it.
Yep.
Lots of
That's,
stuff we can do with this stuff.
So still looks kind of glossy on camera at the moment, but I think that's going to dry quite a bit smoother than
I agree.
this one.
Yeah, it looks great.
But again, I didn't slam lots of it on there either. So,
Nice.
but yeah, cool.
Lots
Okay.
of stuff that you can do with this stuff. Stuff.
Stuff. All the
All the stuffs.
so much stuff.
Emily Eichhoff over on YouTube says, "You're lucky to have her."
Leona.
no, of course.
Stop calling out Leona.
I mean, of course we're lucky to have Leona. Geez, I'm not like saying she's a godsend.
Yep. She's the only one of us that's always professional.
Yeah, it is Dwarf Mind Quest RPG Dungeon Tiles.
Okay.
Is if you want to look it up. Dwarf Mind Quest.
Excellent.
Michael Harris, thanks for the support and encouragement. I might grab a couple pots and try it out. I've got literally thousands of minis that I need to get painted.
Do
it's
it.
shameful.
Do
It's not
it.
shameful. It's just a challenge and
Just
an opportunity.
slap it on there. You can't go wrong.
I'd be disappointed if you didn't have thousands of miniatures.
I know, right?
Or hundreds. Hundreds is probably where I should draw the line. But yeah.
Very cool. So if you have not yet done so, please go over to Facebook and check out our group, Painting Happy Little Manis on Facebook.
Yep.
Follow us on Game Trade Media if you're not over there yet. And all the other socials, we are on them all, except for Pinterest. And probably Tumblr. I don't think we're on Tumblr.
No, we're not on Tumblr. Is
It's a trash place.
Scary place.
Okay.
So make sure you, again, follow us on all those things, join our Facebook group, and we look forward to seeing you guys and gals all out at all the different shows and events and things, and here online and talking to us in the chat. We love it. It's good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was going to say, just because he's probably feeling a little bit down at the moment, we just need to remind everybody that directly after the show,
Painting Happy Little Minis.
after Painting Happy Little
Right.
Minis,
After Painting Happy Little Minis.
go to
Mini
Mini
Painting
Painting
Studio.
Studio to watch Josh's live stream.
Yeah.
Where he'll be painting some super old school
Old school
minis.
stuff.
Be very cool.
Very cool. So on that note, I'm Rick,
I'm Dave.
And I'm Gretchen.
and we'll see you at the game store.
Thanks for watching Painting Happy Little Minis. If you liked it, leave a like and a comment below, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new content.